A very, very good afternoon to everybody. To begin with, of course, all the audience who are watching us online, all the leaders, the experts, and the guests who have joined us today here in Gurugram. Now, let me begin with a shlok from Manusmriti. Yatra naryastu pujyante, ramante tatra devta. That means where women are worshipped, respected, divinity prevails. I, Divya, on behalf of Times of India, welcome you all to the Right to Excellence Women's Day Special Summit.
Rebellion and success. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanyal. And International Women's Day stands as a beacon of recognition, empowerment, and advocacy for women's rights worldwide. Each year, on March 8th, it serves as a powerful reminder of the ongoing journey towards gender equality and the invaluable contributions of women to society. From celebrating achievements to raising awareness about persistent challenges, Women's Day fosters solidarity, inspires action, and amplifies the voices of women from all walks of life. It is a day to honor the resilience, the courage, and the determination of women while reaffirming the collective commitment to create a more just, inclusive, and equitable world for present and future generations. On this note, I would like to call upon a great personality from our times. I have to accept that I have been fangirling over her immensely, and it is not about today. It goes back to a couple of decades back when I was in school. And we were all, huddled up in a bus, and we were taken to Siri Fort. And who was coming to talk there? It was none other than Ma'am Kiran Bedi. And I remember I had gone back, not just me, all my friends, boys and girls, we had gone back and something had changed within us. So I think these are the true influencers who have always been there before social media was also there, and they have been touching upon lives of each and everybody. Not only the women, not only the daughters, but even fathers, even the husbands, and setting an example. So ma'am, let me please invite you on stage. Welcome, please, gentlemen and women, put your hands together for Kiran Bedi, former IPS, Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, author and Magsaysay awardee. A loud warm of applause, please.
The thought is we are now all over the world. We are in technology, we are in science, we are in Chandraman. Everywhere we are. We are here, everywhere. So we are everywhere today. Nobody can deny us. We are the central police organizations, DGPs. We are in science, technology, corporate, government, you name it. We are everywhere. So what's the problem? Challenge is performance. How do we perform wherever we are? So how do they make, now you hold this. Challenge is their performance. How do we make the we, me into we? I think that's a male challenge today. And that's what I'm looking for is a new contribution by women. Is change the male culture of I to we. It's becoming a we. That's what we are looking at the new performance, because when we are given equal opportunities, we are being educated equally, we are nutritioned equally, then therefore it's now our duty how we perform and deliver differently. I think that's a challenge which we should take from here, is how do we prove, establish, not because we're in competition with the men, we don't wish to. Because we're not competitors, we are collaborators by birth. We are co-opters by birth. That's a second basic nature. So is how do we make the I into we? So it's not me, it's a we culture. It's that performance. So please take home everywhere. When I was writing my book, Fearless Governance, after my work in Pondicherry, my editor had a big challenge. My editor was, she's Aditi Malhotra, and she was the editor of the book. And she says, Kiran, all the time saying, we did it, we did it, we did it in the book. But this is something what you did. I said, no. There's nothing called I there. It's all we did it. The book I wrote is all we. because I just cannot take the I in it. But I told Aditi, I said, Aditi, wherever I went wrong, say I. But wherever we went right, say we. Because that's the way I feel comfortable about the culture. So I would say, let's be leaders of care. Let's be LOCs. Let's be different. We are celebrating Women's Day to make the difference, to make the world different. So we are now into female leadership of leaders of care, not leaders of exploitation. So let us all become LOCs and not LOEs, which were leaders of exploitation. But how do we do it? Question was, how do we become leaders of collaboration, leaders of coming together? Is number one, wherever you go, my first message of strategy is, how do you do it? Is number one, is if this situation doesn't suit you and it is not right, change the status quo. Start working on what's not right and start working on a strategy. How do you begin to improve and change the status quo? Don't accept the nonsense as it is. If you feel something is dirty, start getting it cleaned up or cleaning it by taking the leadership. Second is create new work cultures. Wherever you are, if the work culture is not team spirit, the work culture is indifferent, work culture is dishonest, the work culture is silos, start working on work cultures. Work culture, status quo, this is where you will start making the difference as women. I'm giving you all those things which have happened in my life. I would not have succeeded this far. I've not come this far if I had not been against changing status quos. Wherever they were, if it was not welfare-oriented, make it welfare-oriented. If it's not team-oriented, start making it team-oriented. If it's not communicative, start making it communicative. If it's unclean, start making it clean. It will not happen overnight. But you start driving the change. But the question is, why should you do it? Why should you do it? Because you're a woman. You're a woman. You're the new generation. You're the new hope. You're the new light. That is how you and I are still being viewed as the new hope, as the new generation. Because we're all still first generations wherever we are in leadership.
Women can leverage their skills, their talents and creativity to build successful businesses and to contribute to economic growth. By breaking down barriers and challenging stereotypes, women entrepreneurs inspire others and pave the way for greater gender equality in the workforce and the society. So to begin with, I'll first call the chair Anisha Nair Dhawan. The speakers, we have Vasundhara Chaudhary, youngest Sarpanch, Leela Bali, Rajasthan. A big hand for her. We have Deepthi Rastogi, Group Legal Head and Chief Compliance Officer, PolicyBazaar.com. We have Kamaljeet Kaur, Group CHRO, Blue Smart. And we have Pooja Rajvanshi, Health and Wellbeing, Amway Business Owner.
Thank you, ladies, for being here, and thank you for your patience. We're running a little late, but this is a great platform to learn from your experiences. We have a mix of leaders with us, whether you have your own company or you're at a leadership position in a panchayat or running a department. I'm sure all of us have a lot to learn from you. So let me start with you, Vasundhara. You're a sarpanch, the youngest sarpanch we've ever had. When it comes to decision making, how important it is it for women to be right at the top? And how do you ensure that women have access to resources and other things needed to be able to take good decisions? So what is the point of being there and not having the means?
Okay. I think it's on. Just go ahead. Okay. So to answer the first half of your question, you will have to repeat the second half. So when we talk about decision making, I think the main problem or the main difficulty that women face is having self-confidence. The need to like get validation, majorly from their male counterparts, is seen. To talk about like which resources that can be available to women, I think they already have that. They have that cognitive ability to make a sound decision. But how well it is received by the audience, that's one part, and how it is communicated to the audience is also very, very important. I know this sounds very basic, but then that's where we are stuck. And that's why also if you look at panchayat systems, even if you have like female sarpanches or female up-sarpanches, they will always have their husbands trying to influence their decision or make decisions for them.
So that's what I'm saying. You said that you have the resources, but where do you find the will to be able to say what you have to without influence?
I think it comes from self-belief. It's a two-way process, and since like women are not really accepted by the society, it's a fact. So their decisions are also not accepted. So it's like, I don't want to say it, but it's like a two-way process. So we also need to like work on the mental set of the people too.
Right. Deepti, I want to come to you. I want your feedback to try to understand that do women entrepreneurs, are they better off when it comes to equity versus women who are salaried, even though they may be head departments, etc. But when it comes to equity, the place where you start with, are women entrepreneurs better off?
See, there's no direct answer to it, to be very honest, because both the roles are quite challenging. So when we talk about entrepreneurship, it's more about taking responsibility. So now women entrepreneur could be of two kinds. When I was thinking about this topic, it could be a pulled entrepreneurship or could be a pushed entrepreneurship. So when we talk about the pushed entrepreneurship, it's basically because there are challenges with regard to finding a job. A woman is being pushed to do a self entrepreneur kind of a thing. There could be challenges around finances. A woman is pushed to do some kind of a job. Pulled one is a one where a woman is quite ambitious. She has her dreams. She go for it, and therefore it could be more equitable there. But when we talk about the women working in a corporate, there are many policies which are basically supporting women. So I think the corporate women are much more equitable vis-a-vis the ones who are actually doing their own entrepreneurship. Yeah.
Want to come to you, Kamaljeet. We had a comment in the previous session saying women don't support women. Now, I disagree with that. I want to understand what is your experience in Blue Smart. Can women help women and, feel better about themselves, be more empowered?
Thank you for asking this question, Vinisha. Being a part of Blue Smart and being in a leadership position, and Mrs. Bedi said if you are in HR, and I am actually leading the people function for Blue Smart, I feel that I'm very privileged, and not only me, but the founders, Anmol, the entire leadership team, is very fond and very personally looking at this agenda where we need to support, and we are supporting women. And I think Mrs. Bedi set the stage for haves and have-nots. I'm going to give you examples of what we are doing at Blue Smart, and we start with the have-nots. Very pleased to share that we are Blue Smart is one of the largest ride-hailing services. And we have our women driver partners. We're close to about 100 women driver partners right now. And we have institutionalized a project Sakhi, which is aiming to have more than 1,000 women partners, across the hubs we have. So coming to your point, I think we are taking a lot of initiatives to support women. And who are these women partners on the have-nots? They are women who've not worked outside. They're actually breaking the stereotypes and shackles of, men driving, So imagine a scenario where, a lot of them come out of their first stereotype, coming out and actually opting for driving. So that's the first
But why
step.
is that, Kamaljeet? Is it a push factor or a pull factor, what Deepti was talking about,
So
when these women drivers come?
Yeah, so let me give you some demographics. A lot of women partners, when we analyzed who are these, where do they come from, what's their age, you will be very surprised. I think they start from around 25 years. We have equal diversity amongst ages. And a lot of them actually pursue because they feel that they want to do something more. So it is not a push, but it's also doing something. We're talking about empowerment. And when we actually do a lot of visits and talk to them, what does empowerment mean? From their language and what we understand, it's about, being power and control of your own life. I think they get a sense of participation in decision making. They get a sense of participation in a lot of financial decisions. They have young kids. They are becoming role models. They say कि हमारे बच्चे हमें बहुत अच्छी तरह, they feel very proud कि their mothers are driving out, so working out. So and when you said women support women, absolutely yes. We are going out of way to do a lot of skill enhancement. A lot of women are probably driving for the first time. They may have license, but they do not have the skills. So we are ensuring that they get those skills.
We're in training as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me come to you, Pooja. Entrepreneurship is risky business. You can succeed or you can fail. Do you think a woman's social standing as an entrepreneur, if she fails, will change her social standing, and if she succeeds, that too changes her social standing? Is that an important decision for entrepreneurs?
Yeah, thank you for the question. It is a very interesting and very contradictory, because again the question is, the change matters to you or not? Because if that particular change matters your mindset, then that is going to be a success or a failure for you. Because whenever you initiate for anything, that initiation itself is a success. And whatever you are going to do for it, that definitely requires some kind of consistency, persistency, your hard work, your dedication. And maybe the sector which you have chosen may not be suiting you well, but it doesn't mean that you don't have that skill set. So important is how much impact you are having on yourself, and how much you are making the environment to create it on yourself, because it all depends on you, how much impact you want on yourself, and how much you yourself want to stop by your own mindset. Because see, today, nowadays, many people use filters for their own selfies. What does the filter do? It actually corrects your image, or it hides the spots which are actually hampering your good image. So I think we need to have those filters on our mind also. Because if you have right filters in your mind, you can actually filter those statements which are pulling you back. Secondly, which was earlier also said by Shaina ma'am also, Antarik Lingvad, that is internalized sexism, which is done by a female to a female. That is the main culprit, I think, due to which the failures actually could not stand again. Because it is not always men. Females actually are hampering the success of other females. And if something is wrong done to me, why not other females can stand with me and they can say, yes, we are with you. So I think that is more important. Yeah.
All right, your filters, your own filters are very important. Vasundhara, everybody believes, and it is, data shows that if we have more women entrepreneurs who are creating jobs, the economy benefits. How does the society benefit when there are women who create jobs, who build businesses, or who are in decision-making bodies or positions? How does the society benefit?
Well, the answer is quite simple. Like, the society benefits also because it's upliftment at the very basic, and also it's helping your GDP. But even at like a basic single unit household also, it first is like you're setting examples for the girls who are growing up. Second, you're setting examples for the boys who have like mothers who are also entrepreneurs. So you're also making like a social change with it. And we've had like women who have been entrepreneurs, even at a very small single household unit too. So that has been happening. I think it opens up doors to like be better at being individuals and being families also.
Deepti, in a corporate culture, Kiran ma'am was like, your jobs are going well. It's your homes that need the work. Do you think all's going well in the job space as well? Do women feel safe enough now to come out and work, or even speak their minds without fearing repercussions?
The policies that the corporates are now sharing, correct? It's very, very helpful. The second point is that it's up to the women to basically decide that what she wants from the corporate, correct? We have seen that people are sometimes very, very comfortable in the positions where they are. They're not aspiring. But if you're actually aspiring something and you think that it's not coming to you, there is no harm in asking it out from the management. So I think the policies are quite neutral. It's up to us to basically ask for it. And yeah, that's about it.
Right. Want to come to you, Pooja? Do you think women are, when they're entrepreneurs, they have equal access to opportunities, to resources? And why I ask is, sometimes, like Kiran ma'am also said, your house needs fixing, but that's something you can't escape. You have your responsibilities. To some extent, you'll have to deliver them. And sometimes that takes away from the opportunities you have at work. Let me give an example. Say you have to go for a networking event in the evenings, but you have your child's homework to do, you have other responsibilities to fulfill. Your husband will not think twice, he will not bat an eyelid, and he'll go, and nobody will ever question him. But do women then lose out, and do they then need extra incentives, extra benefits that some governments do give because they miss out somewhere else?
See, in 2024, I don't think incentives will work because it is just a kind of excuse which maybe we are trying to show. Like if I'm not able to go to any event or something, I can at least watch it on YouTube or I can have it online. But I think maybe we can more work on the culture of these kinds of events. We can have it in morning times, maybe afternoon times. So either we have to work for it because incentive is a kind of word which we should be given when we work or we try for it. But giving incentives on this aspect is not more justifiable to me, although yes, we should have some kind of things which are definitely required by the people who are actually in need of it. Because some sectors are there where the ratio of the female contribution is very limited. Definitely in those sectors we can increase by giving them the incentives. But where the ratio is high, where the opportunities are more, giving incentives won't give you that actual result. Secondly, how you will be analyzed, like how many people, how many females are actually in need of that or they are utilizing it in a right way. So I think rather than giving incentives or categorizing the incentives to the right portion of the sector in which they are working. Secondly, we can work on these kind of things like how those events can be conducted so that it can maybe be productive to the females or to actuals who are actually interested in attending this.
Right. So we're completely out of time, but I'll do one poll for everyone here. Just raise your hands if you agree. Do you agree women need incentives, be it tax incentives, be it special interest rates for credit? How many of you believe that women need incentives, especially if you're an entrepreneur, versus those who feel ki no incentives, we don't need crutches? Those who feel we need incentives, raise your hands. Okay. I think many women here feel that we don't need crutches to succeed. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for coming here and putting in your thoughts for everybody to take in. Thank you.